Hey, and welcome back to MRAD. Today I'm going to do a quick review on the Boyds TactiCool stock, and I also did a couple of groups with it, just to see how it shoots compared to a full aluminium stock. The first thing I noticed about it is it does look good. It's very solid. It is made of laminated wood that's been sprayed and stippled with some other type of harder paint. Over time, it can flake because of the soft wood underneath. If you give it a bang and it dents the wood, the paint will delaminate from it. But it's kind of being expected. I mean, the stock only costs, I think it's only about €130 if you get it shipped from Boyds, if you can get them to ship it. ITAR restrictions in America, this particular stock falls under tactical, and it can be impossible or nearly impossible to ship it. You can get it shipped to some dealers, or you can buy it through a European reseller. SRO.ie in Ireland will be a reseller for Boyds in the coming weeks, and you'll be able to get these guys from them. Now, I like them. The pits I like really are, there's a pretty high cheek crest, which is great. Now, when I had my action in it, my scope has extra high mounts, so I was having to even hold my cheek up. But on a normal set of medium or low rings, this is perfect relief. You don't even really need to have a riser. It is very solid. Laminated wood is because it's mostly glued together. The glue gives it great structure. Yeah, it looks pretty good as well. What I'll do, just give you a quick look inside the action. So I'll just take out this 1022 body, give you a quick look in here. Okay, you can see inside the action, just like any standard action really. There's a little tang at the back for getting it, I'm not sure if I can get some light in here. There's a little tang at the back for hooking into your trigger recess there. And then you have your normal flat area here. And it does have a brass set ring inside. I don't know, does it come with this little action screw or not? But it seems to hold up pretty well. It doesn't seem to flex at all. It has some of the normal quick release mounts down here. One at the back and two at the front. One here and one for a bipod. I'm sitting on a Harris bipod at the moment. This is the one I did the test with. Yeah, it's very good. The barrel channel is nice and big. I think it's 9/20th an inch, so it'll take the standard big hammer forged bull barrels. It'll take just about any barrel that's out there really, because I think where it goes into the receiver here, there might be bad conversions, maybe a 2mm gap between the barrel and the corner of the stock. Then the stock overall weighs 2.58 pounds, which is pretty light. It's not a very heavy stock, which is good. So yeah, that's the initial look at it. But the only way to see if these things are good is to show you videos on the grouping. Now, what I did in the field was I went to 50 meters and I fired two 10-round groups with my own 1022 scope mounts body barrel. The only thing that's upgraded in that particular setup was it has an accurized bolt, which doesn't make a big difference. The headspace is shortened a tiny bit on my particular bolt. It has a lighter firing pin and the extractor is hooked more. Other than that, it is pretty standard triggered. It's set to, I think, 2.5 pounds. It's not an aftermarket. So it's pretty much what you're going to get out of the box. There's nothing special. There's no new barrel. So it's just to show what it does for a stock gun. Of course, if I had a completely upgraded Cade gun or one of the other manufacturers, you'd get tighter groups, obviously. But so we shot two 10-round groups, two from this, so 20 rounds from this and 20 rounds from my own aluminium chassis, which you'll see in the video. So I'm going to show you the video of the groups yesterday. I don't know if I got all the content because I had a bad memory card in my from the shooting camera, and the light messed up the target camera. But we'll see what we have. And here I have the targets. These are the groups fired from the TactiCool stock. 10 rounds, some of them are double holes. You can all see that's at 50 meters. Now, the ammo used was CCI subs, 40 grain. I think they're just over 1,000 feet per second. Not match ammunition, nothing fancy. But you can see we got a pretty tight group. We've got a couple of flyers. But I wouldn't hold that against it. Out of 10 rounds, you're going to get a couple of flyers. So if you take this one in here, you get maybe a little over an inch. And if we look at this second one, it's even better. We got a nice tight one. Some are further out ones, but yeah, pretty good. So that's the groups from the Boyds TactiCool stock. With pretty much standard 1022. Here we have a much more upgraded stock, much more expensive stock. If you take the flyers out, it's pretty close group size. Again, pretty close group size. I mean, this is a bit tighter, but you'd buy 6 or 7 of these stocks for the price that I've put into mine, I guess. So yeah, we got worst for worst. You can see here it's the worst Boyds group. It's the worst from mine. And best for best. Here you go. It's the best from the Boyds and the best from mine. So you can see it's not. It's a pretty good upgrade. You can't really tell the difference. If you had more upgrades on your gun, like a barrel and everything done, even a nice kid trigger or an even more upgraded trigger, you see even bigger increases. But for a standard gun that you just want to buy a stock, get rid of the old 1022 polymer or wooden stock and throw it into a nice chassis like that, great. It's a great upgrade for that. Okay, so you can make up your own mind on that. The one thing I'd like to have done differently, as you've seen, I had to hold my chin very high on the Boyds, but I didn't want to change anything between the two tests. But still, it didn't seem to make that much of a difference. The mod that was on that gun was a SAC 22 mod. Very nice mods, very good seal. And you don't have to clean them that much, and if you do have to clean them, they're very simple to clean. And they do work very well. With subs, the noise we hear is the bolt cycling. If you get a good buffer, it even quietens it down more. But you can make up your own mind by looking at those groups and the video there. But yeah, I like it. It's a nice stock. For the money, it's a great stock. It does look the part. It's not overly heavy. It's not overly light. It doesn't feel cheap, which is great. The coating is nice. Originally, when I seen it, I was thinking, oh, it's like a Hogue overmolded one where it's kind of covered in a rubbery material, but it wasn't. But it does look like it. But the Hogue stocks are a lot more expensive. I think they might be twice as expensive as these, or pretty close to it. So yeah, that's my quick review. Last week, when I was saying thank you for your subscriptions and all the views you've given me, I said I'd give a quick competition each week. And what I'll do is I'll announce the winner next week. So I suppose I get an average, put them up 2 weeks, video up every 2 weeks-ish. This is the prize. I make little bottle openers, or whatever kind of bottles you want to open, depending on your age. It's just like a standard bottle opener. It's a 300 WinMag brass shell. This one's a Hornady. If you might get lucky, you might get some nice Lapua brass in there sometimes. And I've had one of these for years, and they haven't given up on me. Just put onto a keyring and work away. To get this one, what you're going to have to do is guess the weight in pounds of this rifle in its current configuration with the Harris bipod. This is not the current generation 1022. This is the one beforehand, before it became the one with the polymer trigger group. This is the one with the metal trigger group. I'm not going to give you much more information about it. It does have a kid charging handle. Other than that, guess the weight in pounds. I'll take the answer to 1 decimal place, so something point something. And if there's 2 answers the same, it'll be the person who replies first. So to get in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is comment to the video and just say the weight you think this rifle is in its current configuration. No magazine, action barrel, Boyds stock, which I already told you to wait for, and a Harris bipod. No suppressor. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like the videos, please subscribe. And if you have time, click the Google Plus button on the top so I can get a couple of subscriptions up there so I can get my channel verified the way YouTube works. I don't understand it, but they want me to do it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye now.